Hello, my beautiful earth angels, my beautiful friends. I hope you all are having an amazing day today. Okay, so today I want to talk about how the universe, how source, God, spirit guides, whatever you talk to and resonate with, right? How they are constantly sending you signs, synchronicities, and signals that you are on the right path, and also signs to help guide you, through this life journey. And so I speak to my spirit guides. I didn't always speak to them, they've always been there. Spirit has always been there, but you have to start asking them for help because we do have a free will here. Yes, they can guide you, and the one way they guide you is through your intuition. How, I don't know if whoever watched my previous video, I don't know which one it was, but I had said that I'm psychic, but you're psychic too. We're all psychic, and there are people who are more attuned in tune to their abilities. But the one ability that everybody has is your intuition, is the downloads. You're into, put it this way, and I had saw a girl on TikTok explain it in this metaphor, in this way. Not a metaphor, in this way. She had said, okay, imagine you're in a maze and you're down here and your spirit guides, God, universe, right? Your spirit guides are up here. And your spirit guides can see the end of the maze and which route you need to take. Obviously, there are routes that are harder, there are routes that are easier, there are routes that are faster. At the end of the day, they're going to get you to the end of where you need to be, right? So your spirit guides can see that, but you can only see from the point of view from the entrance. And so your spirit guides are sending you signals to help guide you through the maze, which is life. And that's basically what this is. It's your intuition is the signals. And so what has helped me get in touch with my intuition was meditation, for sure. Meditating is very, very important because when you meditate, you quiet your mind. And obviously you can't shut off the noise because we do have a human brain, but you are sitting in the silence so much that you get to decipher between your intuition and the noise. You get to recognize and find your intuition through the chatter. It becomes more familiar because your intuitions and the signals that they're sending you, the way that I explain it, how I receive it, it's kind of like airy. It's very bright. It feels good. It's light and airy, and it's a feel good type of all-knowing download. You'll know when you meditate. And so that versus your mind, your ego, which the ego isn't bad, but that's thinking very much in the denser reality, right? And so that comes with like anxiety thoughts, that comes with anxiousness, or what is the worst possible thing that can happen. And so your intuition is guiding you. It's like what you love to do. They give you the answers. Sometimes we don't like the answers, but they give you the answers, and the answers come in very, very, very easily and very light. And the answers are more of a bigger picture, higher self perspective through the situation. And so if you're not constantly, if you're not somebody who is on this spiritual journey, because we're all spiritual beings, it's just, are you deciding to get in touch with your spiritual side or not? And either way, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to say that first and foremost, nobody is better than anybody else because they decide to tap into this spiritual journey, to their spiritual journey, tap into this realm. Nobody's better than anybody else. Everybody's journey is specific for them, right? I just want to say that we aren't better because we understand beyond the veil. When you understand beyond the veil, it actually helps you understand that everybody is exactly where they need to be. And you shouldn't be judging others because they're not as awake or aware as you are. It just helps you more with your own journey. At the end of the day, all of this helps you with your journey and your healing and understanding yourself. Okay, so yeah, one of the ways that they speak to you is your intuition, right? And they're always speaking to you through your intuition, even when you don't realize it, even when you're not constantly meditating. It's just going to be harder for you to listen to your intuition if you're not constant. It's a muscle, right? Getting in touch and tapping into that higher frequency is a muscle. Like, it's even me, I was doing it consistently and then I stopped for a month, and it's like you have to constantly train it and train it and train yourself to sit in the silence, to get in touch with who you are. And I know I said this previously, and I really do stand by it. The reason why society, the lower dense, the denser energies, the people that try to keep you in fear, are doing this, why there's constant distractions since the day you're born, why you're conditioned to think in fear since the day you're born, right? How, there's so many outside noises going on because they don't want you to actually sit with yourself. Because when you sit with yourself and you're silent, you tap into so much power. It's that easy. It's that easy. You tap into so much power. It is that easy. But at the same time, it's hard because you're conditioned from the very beginning to not know how to be in the silence, to not know how to be with yourself, to not know how to understand your intuition. They tell you to dim it. They tell you to second guess. But from the very get-go, you've always had this power to follow your intuition, to guide you through this journey we call life, to help you understand what you came here to learn, what you wanted to achieve, to have these experiences, to work through situations, to help you, with reaching your highest timeline, your most abundant timeline, which there's always been that timeline. But from the very beginning, there's fear, there's doubt, and your intuition, my love, is going to guide you to your most abundant life, the life that you've always wanted. It's always been within you. All these signs are within you. They've never been external. You have all the answers. You know every single thing. It's just, are you going to allow the fear and the outside noise to continue to block you and the signals and the signs and your intuition to help guide you? Are you going to allow that to continue to block you? Or are you going to surrender, have faith, and trust in yourself and trust your intuition? And I guess your intuition, if it's still a little confusing, follow your heart. In the easiest terms, follow your heart. Your spirit guides, the universe, are talking to you through your intuition, through what you love, through your joy, through love, through what vibrates, that love frequency. That's how they're going to speak with you. And so they also, when you gain a stronger connection, like with my spirit guides, they started speaking to me through nature, Mother Earth. Oh my God, Mother Earth speaks to me. So you guys know I moved. It's been almost a year here since I've been at this apartment. You guys know I've been through an entire death and fucking rebirth. I'm kind of sad because it's coming to an end, this spiritual isolation of not talking to anybody. It was hard and it was beautiful, but oh my God, I learned so much about myself. But okay, to get back on track, when Mother Earth started speaking to me, because you guys know I hug trees and shit like that. When Mother Earth started speaking to me, it was through bees, right? And then through butterflies. When I was going through this huge transformation, I kept seeing, right now I'm in a big transformation again. And more things are being manifested, and I see butterflies everywhere. Butterflies are a symbol of transition, right? Because you can sit here and say, oh no, it's just like you're thinking too much into it. I truly don't believe like when coincidence like that, when it's constant, because signals and synchronicities are going to be constant, consistently sending you these signs daily, over and over and over. And that's how you know they're speaking to you. is especially if something big is gonna happen, big in the most beautiful way, they're gonna send it to you over and over and over. And so of course you can say, oh, it's just coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences like that. So that's where you take a step back and you say, okay, am I gonna listen? Because signs are all around you. But am I going to listen and pay attention and get in touch with who I am? Dissolve these layers that keep me from the magic, because this world is truly magical, you guys. Like, it's much more than this physical. It is so, like, magic, like fairy dust, like magic. This world is fucking magic. Magic is everywhere. Blessings exist, miracles exist, true love exists. It all exists. It's just, do you believe that it does? Are you going to allow the layers to block you from this magic? Or are you going to dissolve these layers and start trusting in the magic, in the signs, in the synchronicities, because they're everywhere? When I had first moved here, I don't know if I talked about it on my YouTube, but I kept seeing ravens. Ravens everywhere. The first like 3 months I was here, I don't see them anymore, but everywhere, from like November till December, January, February, I believe it was. September to it started heavy in November. Everywhere, every single day I went outside, I would see 3, 4, 5 a day following me. I would be in a different city and I would see them and I would hear them, and it was insane. And so I remember having a dream, but before I had this dream though, I knew, I was like, oh, they're guiding me because we're ascending. At the same time I was seeing ravens, I was seeing they talk to me through numbers, also through a lot of us through numbers. But I have a thing with license plates and numbers. So the same time I was seeing ravens, I was seeing 333, November all the way till February. And 333 was heavy. I would see like 4 to 5 times a day on license plates. So 333 is ascension. And so while that was happening, and this is where you need to trust your intuition, because it would be, thoughts would just come into my head easily, and I would just think, oh, I'm ascending, or they're guiding me. And that's spirit talking to you and give you the answers like, hey, pay attention, this is what's happening, you're ascending. And I remember having a dream about the ravens and having a thought before that, like, I think they're guiding me to my highest timeline, because I kept manifesting. I'm in my highest timeline of love, of finances, of a deep soul connection. I'm doing the inner work. I'm healing because I'm manifesting my highest timeline of everything. And so I had a dream of the ravens, and I don't know who said what, but I specifically remember them saying, this is your guide. This is your guide. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, I was like, yup, this is my guide. You also know through the numbers, they speak to you through numbers, synchronicities. Like, I'll wake up randomly and I'll see 333. Wake up randomly and see 555, 555 a.m., 333 a.m. When I had first moved and left my previous relationship, because I was the start of rebirth. I had to do something hard and leave something really fucking difficult and put myself first, have a tower moment and work through my dark days and work through a lot of shit to get to my highest timeline, right? But when I had first moved out, was going to move out, I specifically in my dream remember being shot and then waking up and seeing 555 on my phone. And 555 is an indication of change. And so I kind of described it as a death of my old life and the change of my new life is coming. But this was before I was even aware of this entire fucking death and rebirth, and this death and rebirth helped me get in touch with, my abilities were always there, but they were not as strong as they are now. And I didn't trust myself as I did now. Like, I saw these signs and I was doubting and I didn't really understand. Now that I'm here, I get it. They were always speaking to me. My spirit guides were always communicating with me. It was just, was I gonna, hey, your intuition is calling you. Are you going to answer the call this time? Are you going to answer the call, and are you going to listen, and are you going to follow, and are you going to believe? Because they're guiding you to your highest timeline. And even though you might not understand it, because things need to crumble before before empires are rebuilt. I always know I'm going through a spiritual awakening, or I always know something amazing is going to be dropped in my life when people are removed, when spirit shines the light on something, on emotions, when emotions are being brought up. That means that's maybe like this full moon that had passed. I asked, sorry if this video is kind of ranty, but I'm just very excited to share stuff with you guys. But this full moon, I had asked, it was purging, right? I was like, you know what, spirit guides, I woke up, I was like, I'm ready to release emotions that don't serve me. And it was funny because I said that, and then I went on to see, this is how they were talking to me. I went on TikTok, and it was funny because I had saw a video of a girl acting out. She was like, when you ask, the universe to help you release emotions during this full moon, and the audio was like the universe saying, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? And that exact same day, oh my god, I was in a loop of my emotions, so much emotions. I was so in my toxic ego, which your ego isn't bad at all, but I was acting out of a wounded ego, there you go, that I needed to go outside, go sit on my steps outside in nature and say, okay, I asked my spirit guides for this. They gave me a sign and saying, girl, you sure about that? Because that shit's about to be heavy. And I had to go outside and I had to say, I was like, okay, what am I purging right now? What am I releasing? So what am I releasing so I can make room for better emotions to come in? And I was releasing a lot of emotions of not feeling like I'm worthy enough to be loved by somebody. Yeah, I was being triggered a lot because I need to be in this mindset of knowing that I am worthy of being loved. So I can allow my soulmate to love me without a healthy love, without acting through a wounded ego. And sometimes we do, but that's why I needed to take a step outside and be like, okay, what am I purging? I'm for sure purging some shit right now. And yeah, that's another way the universe talks to you. They also love to talk to me through TikTok a lot. And I know that sounds weird because of the algorithm, but I promise you, things are aligned with you. Like when certain things were happening, before it happens, I would see 10 to 20 videos of it happening, and then something would happen. And I was like, yo, that's fucking insane. But it's whether you believe it or not, because there are people who, I guess, feed into your delusions. This is where you need to be grounded when it comes to, I guess, your signs and synchronicities. And this is where your intuition plays a part, because your intuition is always going to tell you what is truth and what is not. How I told you, none of these signs are external from you. They're internal. It's just, your spirit guides, the universe just want to send you validation. And to go on a different topic, damn, I'm really ranting right now. I'm sorry, you guys. But I want to say this just so you guys are careful. Because I know what it seems like from the outside looking in, and I needed to ground myself and know when people on the internet were just feeding into your delusions, and when you are feeding yourself your delusions, right? So you need to always, no matter whatever it comes, what video you come across, what signs you come across, listen to your intuition. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. Do not make it fit. You will know intuitively if it's meant for you. You will just know. Don't ever make anything fit that doesn't fit. When you're on this journey, naturally, you will find out what works for you. And I think I told you guys this, but when I had first moved out from my past relationship, my past partner, and this was the very first time I've ever asked my spirit guides for a sign. And they were loud and motherfucking clear about that shit because, like I said, this was a whole fucking death and rebirth. So the moment I came and this was the second time, but this sign was the second time. This time was super clear. The first time was helping me find apartments, but this one was the one that stuck with me the most. When I was turning in my first rent, I was driving on the freeway and I asked my spirit guides, I was like, spirit guides, before I got on the freeway, I was like, look, if this is my right path, because I'm leaving someone I knew since I was 18. I never lived alone. I had a fear of abandonment. Like, I was really fucking scared. And I was like, spirit guides, I'm taking a leap. I feel intuitively that I'm supposed to do this. Like, I feel intuitively this is my call. If if this is my right path and I'm doing the right thing, can you just please send me confirmation on my way to give my rent to my first month's rent to this apartment? I was like, please, can you send me a 333 or a 777? Please, please, a 333 or a 777. That's all I need. And I was on the freeway, and literally, you guys, like 5 minutes later, there was a fucking truck that pulled up in front of me. I had looked up and it said 777. I was like, no. And I looked to my right, and there was a car that pulled right next to it at the exact fucking same time that said 333. And I fucking started crying because that was the first time, clear as motherfucking day. I'm gonna cry, clear as day. They sent me signs. And it's crazy because I want to speak about this because spirit, like, you have souls on the other side, a spirit team that loves you. Like, they did that for me because they knew that this was my right path, that they knew that it was going to be hard for me, and I needed that confirmation and I needed that validation. Clear as day, I needed it. Like, all they want for me is the best. And through this whole death and rebirth, you guys, they've been sending me so much signs and confirmation when I need it. And, it's usually, I try not to be so specific because it could come from anywhere. But that's when they were so specific. And I knew right then and there, like, I knew that I was a spiritual being, but I knew that there is so much magic here in this world that I haven't tapped into yet. And that was before I knew that I was going to be on this beautiful fucking death and rebirth journey. And they speak to me through blue jays. And I'm so sorry, my battery died in the middle of that emotional little thing going on. Which is so funny. But okay, what I was gonna say is I'm just gonna sit here and like give you guys examples of how the universe speaks. My spirit guides speak to me. So there's another time too where I was seeing a blue jay, and the blue jay was 2 months ago was from Jennifer, March, April, May. And I knew also that I was getting a throat chakra activation. This is why I do this. I speak my truth. I speak things into existence. Like, this is why I'm so good at what I do, because I can just speak and use my voice. But I was for sure getting a throat chakra activation, and the blue jay, I don't know, it was just blue. I kept seeing it over and over and over and over. While that was happening, I was getting signs on my phone, the TikTok of people saying like, oh, throat chakra activation. But I already knew all of this, like, intuitively, because I'm better. I'm not the best, but I'm better at understanding my intuitions. And when my spirit guides give me downloads, and it's just like a random thought that's not yours, but it's a random thought of like, oh, throat chakra activation. And then so I started seeing the blue jay or the bluebird, and then throat chakra is the color blue, and then the videos, and I was like, okay, here's more signals. But yeah, Mother Nature, I got in touch with Mother Nature a lot. And bees are very drawn to me. When I was going through this whole transformation too, it was a lot of bees and ravens at the same time. The butterflies were a different time. That's how I know these are signs, because they come in like increments. The way that I describe ascending and doing the inner work is, it's like ups and downs, like increments of ascending. It's like that, if that makes sense. And so right now it's a lot of the butterflies, beautiful. It's a lot of bright yellow, like highlight yellow, like the small little butterflies, highlight yellow and white butterflies everywhere. And it's very beautiful. And yeah, sometimes I ask my spirit guides for a specific sign. Like, they can't give you the answer, they can't make the decision for you, but I say, can you send me confirmation with like a specific number on the license plates? But I want you to know though that you can ask just for confirmation. Like, hey, God, universe, spirit guides, can you send me confirmation that this is going to happen, or can you send me guidance on what path I should take, and expect the guidance to come from anywhere. You can hear a conversation about it. You can see a video about it on your social media. You can see maybe someone close to you is going through it. I don't know. But expect it to come from anywhere, because that's how they speak to you. You can ask specifically, but from my own experience, I feel like it's very exhausting to ask specific, because the whole purpose of this life is to stand in your true power. So I know after a while I wasn't getting confirmation because my intuition was telling me that this was true. And so when they don't want to like give you confirmation, it's because they're telling you like, hey, this is true. All of this isn't external, it's within you. So stand in your power. Trust yourself, because the whole purpose of all of this is to also trust and have faith, is to strengthen your connection with yourself, with spirit, with your intuition. And so when they, it's funny because I know that they don't want to do it sometimes, because I'll get the download like, Irene, trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. You're getting anxious and you're asking for signs external from you too many times. This is the right path. So trust yourself. Part of this path, part of you ascending, part of you raising your frequency, part of you healing. Let's start healing. Say healing. Whatever you resonate with is part of this is also to trust yourself and to have faith. So when are you going to start trusting yourself? So, if you don't get, signs specifically when you want it, and you've asked many times, it's because they're probably telling you also, trust yourself. You're a powerful motherfucking soul. Your intuition. The main guidance is your intuition. At the end of the day, it's your intuition, because you know what's going to happen. Like I said, all of these signs and signals are, all of this is within you. They'll send you synchronicities to help validate you. Also, you'll start seeing synchronicities when you're on the right path. Like I see 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2 2 3 a lot, and that's forward movement, 1 1 1 and 11 11. Especially when you see one specific number, they're guiding you to a path. You're on the right path. Like trust in your path. Follow your heart. Trust that they're guiding you to something, because whatever they are guiding you to is for your highest good, even if it might not seem like it. Because the ego, and I'm going to make a video about the ego, because the ego isn't bad, but part of the human brain, you're not supposed to know how things are going to work out. You're not. We have that shit blocked. That is for spirit, right? Because you have a spirit team helping you, because you came to earth for a very important reason, right? The fact that you're here means that you're very fucking powerful. Like, you're very fucking powerful. So you have a spirit team guiding you, because this shit is hard, and they want to help you through it. But so don't worry about where all of this is coming from. Pay attention to how it makes you feel when you're on this journey, and the signs and the synchronicities that are presented to you. Don't worry about, like, let's say if you're manifesting something specific, don't worry about where it's going to come from. Just get clear on what you want. Script, write it down. That's another thing. I can't believe I didn't talk about that. The universe, my spirit guides talk to me. My highest self talks to me through my dreams. I knew a lot of things were happening because of my dreams. Like right now, I know that we're ascending. We're going through another shift, because my dreams have been heavy. And then I've been waking up every day around 3. I've been experiencing this for the past year, so I know usually when the shifts are happening, because it's the same thing over and over again, but through your dreams. Because through your dreams, they want to help you become aware of what you need to, like, let's say you're really on this journey, and you really want to reach your highest timeline, you really want to heal, you really want to manifest something. The universe, spirit guides are going to put you in situations, bring up emotions for you to purge, remove things from your life in order to place you in a better environment, to place you in a situation, in a timeline that is better fitted for you. But in order to place you in a frequency that is for you, of what you want, they're going to send you signs and synchronicities of what you need to remove. So my dreams really are brought up, like right now is a lot of purging. They're brought up because they're telling me what I need to work on. Like, because a lot of my dreams, obviously, sometimes dreams are just dreams. Don't look into ones that are fucking weird. But your subconscious, you'll know when you need to heal some stuff because it'll be brought up in your dream. You know when something's going to happen because it'll be brought up in your dreams. And I know some of you have had dreams and you're like, oh shit, that shit actually happened. It's because they're telling you. It's because, first of all, you're psychic. We're all psychic, but they're speaking to you. So listen to your dreams because your dreams are telling you. They're giving you signs there. But yeah, I could go on and on about a lot of stuff. But the whole point of this video is to tell you that source, spirit is constantly, the universe is constantly sending you signs and synchronicities and trying to guide you to your highest timeline. It's trying to help you in the best way possible. It's just, are you going to trust and keep faith? And are you going to trust in the magic and believe that these signs are for a reason, that it's not just a coincidence? Are you going to take the time to look inward and listen to your intuition and meditate so you can hear the signs and feel the signs more clearly? Because they're everywhere. Are you going to see the magic in Mother Earth? Are you going to see the magic in you? Are you going to allow the universe, spirit to guide you, to help you? Because you don't have to do life alone. You have a spirit team willing to help you. You just need to ask them for help and communicate with them and just ask them to send you clarity and signs on the situation, and be open to it coming from anywhere. Be open to your intuition and trusting. Don't let the doubt cast over it. It takes a lot to understand, your intuition, because I'm still working on it. Trust me, I am too. But I need you to believe in the magic in yourself and in this world, because I do believe that you deserve to live your highest timeline. I do believe you deserve the soulmate, the money, the happiness, the luck, the health, the blessings. I do believe you deserve that. And there is a timeline where all of that exists, but you need to get on the frequency of that timeline. And universe, spirit is going to help guide you to that timeline. You just have to trust, my love. Trust in the signs. They're all around you. They're all around you, and they're so beautiful. And trust that they come different for you, for other people. They come through music too. I know that they come through music. So that's another one. For me, not really, but I know once or twice it did. It was through like high vibrational music. Kind of when I was on this death and rebirth, I was finding high vibrational music. It was coming to me. And I was like, oh, I'm raising my frequency, because all of a sudden it's just in my energy.